Not yet. Okay.
Alright.
What's up, guys? We broke some D-rings that were on the dozer. Here, let me show you where they were. Hey, be careful with that. Don't be throwing rocks anywhere. Sorry about that, guys. Internet's today, I guess. But these, we got two of these on the back, just like that, right? That goes in there. And then one on the other side on the back. They both broke. I didn't lose a load or nothing. They were just kind of stretched. You know, the chain was still hooked on. It was just stretched. So I'm guessing I over-tightened it, which I have a tendency to over-tighten things. These say they're stamped on them. Right here, it looks like 12,000 pounds, which is weird to me because the ones I bought, these ones only say 9,000, but it's like double the thickness, right? I mean, they're double thick. I mean, so I don't know what the deal is. These are the ones I put on this 120, and they seem to be holding up just fine. These ones started bending as soon as I got the machine, so I'm guessing I over-tightened it. I don't know. I didn't feel like I was really over-tightening anything, but... So we're going to put some new D-rings on the dozer. I also got enough to do the mini excavator, so we're going to put some on the mini excavator. And while you're here, what we'll do is I'm going to go ahead and put a new hydraulic hose on. You guys can watch that. Can you grab that hose, honey? Right Okay, so we had a really tough time getting the last hose off right up here. It was like on there so hardcore, you know. We had to take the acetylene torch on it just to get it off. I mean, it was on there so hard. Like, I could not believe how hard it was on there. It just was not coming off worth beans. So what I'm doing here is I'm sanding the outside of this down with the Scotch-Brite. This is the mating surface, right? So it makes a good seal. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little bit of that anti-seize on here, because if a hose breaks, I want to be able to take it off on the job site. And there's no way I would have been able to get this hose off on a job site. Okay. So that's pretty clean. Let me go get the anti-seize. Man, last time I used this, I didn't screw the cap on and I picked it up and it fell. fell on the floor and I already got stuff on my fingers. So I'm just gonna put just a teeny bit on this mating surface right here where it mates, and a little bit on the threads. Just a little bit, guys, nothing crazy. Because last time I went to get this hose off, we could not get it off. My wife and I and my neighbor, and we had breaker bars and everything, and we could not get it to come off at all. So what we got here? So we're just gonna kind of put this on roughly where we think it needs to go. Okay. And then what the? Okay, this has got to get blown out. Dang it. Something got in here, guys. There's a ton of crap in here. This probably came from the hose place. Okay, we gotta blow this thing out. This is ridiculous. Just do it right one time, guys. See, there's a whole bunch of stuff inside of there. I'm just gonna blow that out real quick. No sense in putting it on like that. Very important, guys, to keep your hoses clean on the inside, because so here, can you hold this right here kind of so we can see what's coming out of there? Of course it doesn't come out. Hold this in. Hold it down. Hold it down low. Just like a, I just want it on the ground. There we go, that looks a lot better. Alright, that's good enough. Yeah, see, that looks better. You have hydraulic filters and everything, but trust me, you don't want that stuff in your system. Hey! A lot of times when they make these hoses, guys, what they use is like an angle. It's like just a cutoff thing, and it gets debris and stuff in the hose. It's better just to blow it out yourself too, just to make sure, you know. This one's brand new, so this fitting doesn't need to be cleaned up at all. of in its location where it's supposed to be. Right, so now that I got them somewhat tight, now I can tighten these up. You don't want to tighten them up before, because what will happen is the hose will be twisted a certain way, and the hose, you know, it'll start acting funky on you. So you just want to do, you know, put it on first and then tighten it up. Okay, and you don't have to crank them down there so tight like how they had it last time. It's also important, guys, use a second crescent wrench. You know, as maybe tempting to just use one, but you can really torque stuff, twist stuff, and just better if you just use one or just use two, you know. Okay, so that's that. That's our new hose. The old hose was toast. I mean, it was the worst hose on the excavator. It had up here, it looked like the guy put like some type of silicone on the hose because it was cracked and all the rubber was coming off of it. But the funny thing is, it wasn't even leaking up there, it was leaking down here, you know. So this is where it gets the most stress probably. Another thing we're going to be doing, I probably won't do it in this live stream, but I will be doing it in a future video. I had, here, come over to this side. I've had several issues with this bracket right here, and I believe I showed you guys in a video before. This bracket is, whoever designed this, I don't even know what to say about them. The bolt holes are oblonged, so I mean, you can see right there, you can see in there. So the bracket doesn't stay where it's supposed to. You know, something bumps this and then it breaks the elbow in there. And that's, you know, $12, $15 elbow. But I mean, on every single job site, if you just tap it just with anything, just enough to bend this, it'll kink that elbow and then it'll leak. So we're going to be fixing this. I've replaced 3 elbows already on that one side. So I went and I bought some scrap metal, $3 worth of scrap metal when I was getting the D-rings. And what we're going to do is we're going to add some support, right? What I'm going to do is, I'm not sure if I'm going to do it like that or if I'm going to weld it onto here and then twist, then, you know, kind of bend it down like that. I'm going to cut these though. They're not going to be this long. What do you think, honey? Should I weld it to the top and to the bottom, kind of like that? Or should I do on this side? What do you guys think? In the comments, what do you guys think? Can they even see?
Yeah, this can look thing.
What do you guys think? Should I do... I'm going to cut each one of these in half, so I'll have 2 pieces, right? So I can either do one on the top, one on the bottom, or I can do 2, you know, to the side. And then another thing to keep in mind is this is a guard right here. But on the other side, there's no guard. It's just the cylinder. So what we're going to have to do is we'll have to extend it out to the guard, right? So I'm not sure how I want to do this. If I want to bolt it to this or weld it to this and bolt it to that guard that's underneath here. What do you guys think? Should I weld it to this or bolt it to it? I think I might end up, well, I'm just sick and tired of replacing these elbows. I mean, these elbows are worthless. Like, they break just like the slightest tap, you know? So that's where it goes. And all it takes is just one tap of something to hit it. Boom. Snaps the elbow right in there. Just snaps it. Breaks it right in here. That's where it breaks it.
You could just weld it on this one.
Yeah, I'll probably just weld it, huh?
Yeah.
I'll probably weld it on both of them. But the problem is, what if I weld it and then it isn't strong enough and it still breaks the elbow? No, I'm not missing any guard. The reason there's a guard on the other side is there's a hose going down. The hose goes all the way down to the bottom. That's why there's no guard on the other side of the cylinder. I think what I'm gonna do, it's gonna take a long time, but what I think what I'll do is I'm gonna drill holes. Yeah, okay. That was the bolted on the C. Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do, Doc. I'm gonna drill the holes, put the bolts in, weld the nuts on the inside, and then, you know, I'll have it where the nuts are welded on the inside. I mean, that would be so much stronger. The problem is I didn't really, maybe I should have got a little bit more metal. That's like, or maybe I'll just do one on each. What do you guys think? Do you think one piece on each would be enough? Yeah, bolt it on, and if it doesn't hold enough, then just weld it. Might just do something like that. You know, just one on each side. Just something to add a little more stability to it, because I'm sick and tired of replacing them. You know, it's just so tempting to just replace the elbow, but then, you know, next job site, you tell yourself, I'm going to be careful, and then, you know, something just bumps it, and it breaks. I feel like this would be a more stronger, if I put it on this side, it would be a lot more stronger. You know? The nice thing is there's two bolts right here. I can already bolt it to this end if I wanted to. If you look down in here, there's a bolt right there and a bolt on the bottom in the same location. So I mean, that would work for one side. Then I would have to do two more bolts on here. I just don't know, guys. Honestly, I just don't know what I want to do. What do you guys think? What do they think, honey? What are they saying? Okay, let me read through these comments real quick, guys. Yeah, I got my camera crew. Yeah, good call on that, Mac Daddy Cream. You gotta change that name, dude. That's a crazy name. From small guard to small guard. Oh, that might work. Just weld them straight across. Dude, that's a good idea. I never even thought of that. Dude, that's what I'm gonna do. That's what I'm gonna do. Lightning fabrication. Dude, friggin' good idea. This is what he's thinking, if I'm getting him right. Weld it across the bottom like that. I'm gonna have to put some sort of, I'm gonna have to make room because the way this pivots, it does pivot because it's the thumb. So I'm gonna have to figure out how it pivots and what pivots, but that might be the best option. That way I'm not welding it to that guard, and I'm just keeping it isolated with the two. I think that might be sweet. Yeah, I like your idea, lightning fabrication. Yeah. Well, see, here's the problem. Kind of over the top. I mean, I could connect the two, I could weld it, but the problem is I'd have to weld it, right? And then drill the holes. But then I wouldn't be able to get the guard off, though. You know what I'm saying? If I did it on the top. I could make the top bolted and then the bottom welded all the way across. The bottom could be welded all the way across. And I could just drill like a small little hole. There is a grease fitting right there. So I don't want to block that off. You guys can't see it. The lighting's not ideal for this. Yeah, if I put a... Yeah, I think that's going to work. I think that's what I'm going to do, dude. That's a good idea. I never thought of doing it that way. Thank you. Yeah, I'll just weld a little spacer. Or I might just bend it slightly, you know. And put another bracing. My daughter's... Hey, go take a nap. Go take a nap, Rosemary. She's been whiny. Yeah. I think that's what we're gonna do. Weld on a tab and then bolt it through. Well, honestly, if I just weld, you know, one of these like that, that right there would totally do it. You know, if I just welded that all the way across. But then I wouldn't be able to get my zerk, so I could just drill a hole in it where the zerk fitting is. That would compromise the strength. I just want to stop breaking these elbows because it's just the most frustrating thing in the world, you know. Those elbows are the weakest point on this whole machine, you know. And it only takes 15 minutes to fix it, but I mean, it kind of makes you look bad, you know. You're sitting there for 15 minutes, you know, fixing your machine. But anyways. Hey, buddy. What you up to? Are you putting a stake in the ground? What's that for? What are you guys up to today? We're doing some routine maintenance. I was supposed to work today, but the work got canceled for me and one of my guys. So I ended up not working. Supposed to work tomorrow though, hopefully. So hopefully I'll get this all figured out and we'll get it all back together before tomorrow. Anyways, guys, thanks for your opinions. Thanks for the help. And we got some cool videos coming out pretty soon. Hope you guys enjoyed that ride-along video. You know, that was kind of fun making that. Anyways, guys, I'll catch you on the next one.